Hello everyone, and we are back in another Planet fact video about Survival Craft number 2. Now note, some of these facts will be the same, but again, a little more detailed. So, in 2016, Survival Craft number 2 was released, but did you know it actually looked a lot like its predecessor, Survival Craft number 1, except for a few features like the hammer, pistons, and yeah, that was basically all there. However, later on, Survival Craft number 2 will evolve to what we have now, and it basically looks good so far. Now, basically, Survival Craft really needs to add multiplayer, and yes, I know, it really sucks that it doesn't have multiplayer, but the reason why I'm saying this is because if you were to go to Survival Craft number 2's channel, you would see like a video and go to like a video made 1 year ago that before like Survival Craft 2.3 was announced. You will see like a ton of comments of people like asking for multiplayer, and I don't think Callous Woodpress actually responded to them. However, it wasn't until like 2 years later, right here on 2022, that he decided to announce the 2.3 update. Also, if you were to go down to bedrock level into Survival Craft number 2, good luck trying to break bedrock, because this is literally what it would look like. Yes, you won't be able to like break bedrock even in creative mode too. You also cannot be able to obtain it, and even if you were, you will not have any luck actually like breaking it. Now in fact, werewolves were like added into Survival Craft like a long time ago, and also this is what they would basically look like if it were either a full moon or an empty moon. So basically, werewolves only spawn from full or empty moons, and this is what they would look like. So first I'm gonna have to wait until it's a full moon. Right, so we have midnight right here, and this is what their transformation would look like. Yes, it would like be a blue flame that makes them turn humanoid, and it would basically give them red eyes. They can also like jump much more higher, and they're pretty much more aggressive towards mobs. Here is an example of this. So I'm going to be spawning a boar, and this is what their reaction would look like if they actually saw one. It's gonna take a while, but I guarantee you, yeah, their reaction is like instantly going to kill that boar. And they're pretty aggressive, but they are also very useful for giving you like diamonds. However, there is actually a low chance of that actually happening. But once it turns daytime, the werewolves will spawn, return back to their normal stage, which is definitely just normal wolves. But did you know that werewolves actually also do not work together in actually like hunting down a mob when it like literally hits a wolf? Yes, only normal gray wolves will actually do that. But when it comes to werewolves, yeah, they don't actually like work together in a group. And basically, did you know you can also actually like readjust the size of a piston when you like, when it goes up or down? Here's the example. So basically, I'm going to be editing this, and you can basically either turn this into 1 block, which is like Minecraft light, or 8 blocks. Pretty cool, huh? You can also like create a egg farm, which means like putting either a winged bird or an actual like physical like bird that cannot fly, like an ostrich. That way they can like give you eggs for you to eat, but you're just gonna have to be a little patient. Now, if you played Survival Craft for a long time, you may know that the workbench wasn't always called the workbench. When Survival Craft number 1 was released, the workbench was actually called a crafting table, just like Minecraft. But in fact, basically, Callus Woodpress decided that, yeah, we're not like naming it the crafting table, and it basically changed it into a more recognizable style you'll see today, except not fully brown. And it was basically now called the workbench. However, 2.2 rolled around, and it basically looked like the style we see today. Also, incredinary explosives weren't actually like made until, well, Survival Craft 2 rolled around in 2017. And basically, levels, experience, orbs weren't actually added until Survival Craft number 2 rolled around. In fact, to actually know how much experience orbs you actually have, you have to go to this hotbar. So in fact, right now I'm almost close to level 8, and this would actually be good. And did you know in Survival Craft, you can actually also commit suicide for yourself? Here's proof. So, go to this thing again, and you have an X, and you have a skull with the crosses on. What it does is basically take away your health. Now, the reason why this was actually added there is so just in case if you're stuck, you will have no choice but to actually commit suicide. But also, here's what would happen if you actually went up way too much. You just need to be patient. So here's what would happen if you actually went up way too far. It would tell you to come back. Now, it's pretty unclear why Callus Woodpress actually decided to add this, and I have no idea, so we might just never know. But anyway, also, once you die, you would lose a ton of experience levels, but not all of it. Unlike Minecraft, which takes away all of your experience levels that you once had. But basically, Survival Craft is just downright weird. And here's the reason why. So basically, you may have heard about this thing called crouching, and this is what it basically looks like. So you can actually go down on one block, and yes, of course you can go down on one block. But back then this was not always the case. If you were to actually crouch, which was called sneaking back then, you weren't able to go down on one block, and that just takes away the realistics. Also, when you crouch, you actually have no crouching animation. It basically makes you just look like you're walking slower. And basically, if you were to crouch, you would look a little weird. Basically, take a look. Yeah, that's pretty weird, right? But anyway, that's all the facts I'm going to be giving you. But just one more thing. If you were to run on barefoot, it would actually tell you to wear shoes because you walk much more slower without the shoes on. Yeah, it's pretty much a little bit weird. But anyway, we're done with this fact video, and let's end it.